Hey everybody, welcome back to Run Wild and Try Hard. This week we're diving into our final big push before race day, our last major week of training for the Black Canyon 50K. Laura and I hit some of our biggest mileage yet, Laura pushing an incredible 90 kilometers for the week, while I came just in under 85. In true Ottawa winter fashion, we battled plenty of cold, wind, and snow along the way. Stick around as we walk you through our last long run of the block.
So here we go, the longest run of our training block, and honestly the longest run I've ever done, 35 kilometers. It feels scary to say that out loud, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Stuart's done longer runs before, so I knew I'd be leaning on him later on to help me push through. Our plan today was to keep things steady. We're aiming for a pace that's just a little bit faster than easy, but nothing too intense. The idea is to get into rhythm, stay comfortable, and just let the miles click away without working too hard. The last thing we want is to blow up halfway through, especially with a distance like this. And honestly, despite the cold this morning, we both settled in really well. It's that kind of perfect early run feeling where everything just clicks. The body felt good, the legs were ready, and we were just in the groove from the very start.
We're about 9k into the run. We just had to do a quick little warm-up stop at the university along the canal.
We had our nutrition and now what?
Back to it.
26k to go.
With the cold temperatures, we found ourselves taking several breaks in order to wrestle our gloves off so we could open our nutrition. And if that wasn't enough, by the halfway point, our liquid nutrition started freezing up on us, clogging the valves and making fueling a real struggle that year.
We're about 25 kilometers in now, and we've hit Parliament Hill. Now I know for those of you who live in more mountainous areas, this might not seem like much, but for Ottawa, this is our big hill. It's a 1.5 kilometer stretch with a solid but very runnable grade. Despite being pretty deep into the run, though, my legs felt great. I actually had a bit of a spring in my step as we hit that hill, and it gave me a nice boost going into these last 10 kilometers. Now, we've got about 8 kilometers left. My body still feels good, but mentally, I'm starting to hit that point where I'm just done with running. I'm ready to be home and in the warmth. But this is where the real test comes in. We've put in all this work, so it's just about pushing through and getting to that finish line.
Okay, it's Sunday. We just got back from our second run of the weekend. Did 15k. We meant to be in the studio yesterday, but after the long run, we were freezing and ended up cuddling under the blankets on the couch for about 4 hours, and then had plans in the evening. But we're back and feeling good.
And now we just capped off our last big run of the whole block, and it felt pretty strong, and thankfully we had some sun today. As you can see, it's a little windy, but that was not as bad as the cold and the wind. And we're looking forward now to getting into the taper, and then we're in Arizona in less than a week and a half now. Thanks for following along. If you've enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for our recap of the Black Canyons 50K. We'll see you in the next one.